I'm here with Manfred, who really is in the product development and breeding aspects for Westhoff, and he's going to lead us through a lot of the new varieties and also, to start out, the top sellers from Westhoff. Manfred?
Some of the best sellers. So let's start on the left. That's Typhoon Mega White, the Copa. It's a very reliable, very well branching variety. Still a very good seller, even with a smaller flower size. We are much further now in breeding. We will see later the Epic series with much larger flowers and good branching. But to be honest, this is a perfect branching plant still. Then I think the most important lobelia, perhaps the most important lobelia at all on the American market, Hot Water Blue. It was one of the first heat-resistant lobelias and still is outperforming in all the trials where they are shown. This is the perfect blueprint for our breeding in hot lobelias, and you will see later some more colors with a similar habit and similar performance.
Yeah, I saw the results of this in the Costa trials in Miami in August, and it was really gorgeous at that time. That's saying a lot.
Then we have the Crazytunia Cherry Cheesecake, red-white star, compact, very nicely mounting plant. That's an example of our Crazytunia range we will come to later on. It's our Crazytunia collection. This is the best seller next to Mandeville. Here's just a picture of Mandeville. The Crazytunias are very special in color, especially like the Mandeville. But we call it a collection because the different varieties are different in habit, flower size, earliness, and so on. So this is a more later variety, at least under early conditions, and this is earlier. The Mandeville is earlier. But there is a place for all these varieties because they are special.
Yeah, I think the Crazytunias has brought new life to a major crop like petunias, where there are literally hundreds and hundreds of varieties, but there's either another pink, another white, another red, but Crazytunias are a whole new class.
Then we have the Scaevola. Westhoff is in the Scaevola breeding for decades already, and there has been a very extensive trial at Costa Farms last summer. And I personally didn't see the trial, but I was told that our Scaloras outperformed all the other varieties because they kept their shape until November. And so they are a bit more vigorous, but very reliable. And one example is the Topaz Pink, which has the largest and most impressive pink color and flower on the market.
Very nice.
We jump further on to the Verbiners. Bestseller in Verbiner is Voodoo Red Star. It's a sport out of the Estrella series with a pure color, very intensive color. This is the most important star color which we put together into the Voodoo series. Let's stay on the ground. Beauty Yellow. It's a standalone agranthemum. It took some time to make it popular, but now the sales are rising like rockets. It's the best yellow on the market. It's more compact than Butterfly and Flutterby. It's much earlier. It doesn't fade out. It nearly has a no flower break under hot conditions. So up to now, it's the most perfect yellow agranthemum on the market. And finally here in this display we have the Silver Star accent plant or structural plant. It's a perfect plant as a ground cover. You can grow mono baskets. Later on you can have hanging baskets that tall or low, I don't know how we would say it. And it's a perfect item for hanging baskets as well. It doesn't overtake as other helichrysums do. It's soft branching. You even can make a knot without breaking the branch, so it doesn't smell poor. A lot of advantages, and the growers learned about it and they love it. Celebration Calibicoas, we are in a kind of interim phase. We have some special colors like Candy Bouquet. There will be chameleons or chameleons on the market that are introduced exclusively through Dimmen. That's our breeding, and we have the celebration range. We added year by year new colors, but also a bit different habits. And now we are working on making the series homogeneous as well, and or again. And here we have some examples of the varieties. We show how our series will look in future. So medium, vigorous series with large flowers, very floriferous, close mounding habit. And what I could tell is that, at least in Europe, the combinations of the celebration, the three color combinations, are very popular and very successful. Westflowers was the first company who brought out a three color combination called Carnival, and it's a brand like Coca-Cola in soft drinks in the three color combos, and improved, of course, but still in the market. And our company grows between 8 to 10 million 12 centimeter pots of Calibicoas, and about 70% of it are three color combos.
Really?
So we will come back to the more intensively to the Calibicoa next year, I'm sure.
Okay, good.
We talked about Calibicoas, Crazytunias already, and here we have just a small part of our collection. Again, it's a collection, not a series. We have some novelties here, some of the novelties. One is blackberry cheesecake, a very special color. Under low light condition it turns more to the dark purple or deep purple, and under high light condition it's a bit more light in color.
That's gorgeous.
So it's in a certain way it's a chameleon as well. And we have the razzmatazz, which is a very beautiful red magenta yellow star. We have the Swiss dancer. You have seen the cherry cheesecake over there. That's a compact habit. The color pattern is a bit variable. Swiss dancer is more vigorous, larger flowers, earlier in flower than cherry cheesecake, and more stable in flower color. And the last novelty we have on display here is pink frills with a very striking pink color and white star. This again is a bit more vigorous in habit. And there is a range of, I don't know, 25 or so different Crazytunias now.
Crazytunia really great.
Are a very small series of semi-trailing types, semi-trailing petunias. We have the Crazytunias as a collection. Due to the different habits, we have the Perfectunia we come to later on, which is more upright, bushy. And here we have the more semi-trailing petunias. Iridescent colors. It's a limited color range, but in the Costa trial last spring, this spring, these two, Fruit Punch and Hell's Glow especially, outperform most of the other petunias. And the most striking color, that's my personal feeling, is the Hell's Fruit Punch. It's hard to describe this color.
It is.
We have the Perfectunia. We added some new colors to the Perfectunia series. It's, as I mentioned, a very early upright bench runner series, and we have. And the first novelty I would point to is Fiesta Red. It's an orange red. There is Perfectunia orange already, which is very successful, and we have the Magma Red. And we thought a long time whether we needed another reddish color, but it was so beautiful last year and in all the trials that we couldn't leave it out of the assortment. And finally, the grower will make the decision. Then we have the Mandarin. It was in trial at Henry Mast last summer, and he told us that there was no other orange that was that stable under the hot conditions as a Mandarin was.
And this is a brand new.
It's a brand new variety. It was in trial in certain places under the name Orange Bowl. Two new introductions. which are very eye-catching even from the distance, are Amarena and Malaga, and there will be a third one called Curacao, that's purple-violet with veins, which was a little bit too late in the lab to get elite material in time to show it here. But these three form a beautiful couple of three colors. You could easily make a combo out of these three. Here have the two Amarena and Malaga.
Now with all the new introductions, all of them are still daylight neutral?
Yes. Then we have the indigo here. In most, if not all series, the blues are more vigorous. So this is not the perfect blue, but it's a bluish color, a nice indigo color, and it is much more compact than the current blue is. The current blue and the white and the purple are more on the bit more vigorous side. So this is the first really compact blue we have in this. We are not a real pelargonium breeder, but we did a lot of, or do a lot of growing with for mail order companies, and at a certain time they were very keen on these freckled types. So we didn't find a variety in the market that fit to our demand regarding habit and earliness and color pattern. So we did a little bit breeding ourselves, and we have two varieties coming out of this small program. They are a bit more vigorous pelargoniums. The most important thing is that it's very intensive in contrast between the light part and the dark part. Pretty often you have a pale orange and a dark orange, or a light pink and a dark pink. We have really white zones in it, so the contrast is much more intensive. And we have a very nice zoning with a glitter orange. Here I think is the future of lobelia. That's the hot series. We have as I already mentioned, our blueprint is hot water blue. Upright bushy habit. The plants don't intermingle, so the grower can pack the ready plants without any breakage, or just a little bit. Much easier with the more trailing or more open varieties. We have a new white fitting to the hot water blue. That's hot snow white, as you can see here. So it's a perfect grower habit.
Great.
And later on, they, as you can see in the hanging baskets, they are not really trailing type, but they fill the hanging baskets very well, and they are trailing a little bit later on. Pot size, that's brilliant blue.
Oh, yeah.
That fits to the white and the hot water blue. It's very intensive blue with a little eye. As a quart item, or what's the smaller one? Quart or 6-inch. It's very, very good. For a combo, we would prefer hot royal blue as a deep blue one, because it intermingles a little bit better than hot brilliant. Yeah. We had as a white, we still have the hot igloo, but that's too close in habit for a combo, as we think. So we prefer the little bit more open snow white, because it's you get a real combo, a real mixture of color and structure if you use this variety. So perhaps in future we need a split of the series into the very nicely compact ones and the little bit open ones for combos. Might be, the market will show. We have a very nice, it took long to get it, purple addition to the hot series.
Nice color. Very
nice color. It's close to the purple star, and as you can see, a very dense habit, intensive color. So we think it's a very good addition. Last year's introduction, but still worth to mention, is Bracteantha Cottage series. It's a series of 4 colors: white, yellow, bronze, and red. What's special with this series? Small leaf, so good airflow, less detritus. It's a compact variety or series. We think it's the most homogeneous series in the market at the moment. It's early in flower. It's a medium-sized flower, and we think it's a good item for prolonging the season and for the autumn season especially. Compared to mums, you have to spend little work, little effort to make a good plant out of the Bracteantha, and there will be material available for the autumn market for at least. Scaevola, we had the topaz pink already at the beginning. There has been an extensive Scaevola trial last year at Costa, and I was told that the Scaloras from Westhoff outperformed most, if not all, the other varieties. They had a perfect shape, didn't split open even or until November. So it's the Scalora amethyst crystal, and there is the topaz pink we have seen before. They form a fantastic combo, three-color combo called Fantastic. And we have another series that's Topot. It's more upright, compact. Here's Topot pink, and there's a mix of Topot pink, white, and blue as well. But personally, I would prefer, as a grower, I would prefer the Fantastic mix with amethyst, crystal, and topaz pink. We have a new addition. We can show here. I should mention the Fantastic, which is the first yellow on the market, and have to mention that it's more vigorous and more open. It's very nice in some combos over there, but it's a bit different in habit. So I would not recommend to try to make a combo of, for example, white, yellow, and blue. That wouldn't fit. The grower would be not happy. A new introduction and real improvement regarding branching is Jewel. It's a light blue, kind of bicolor, but if you look at the branching, it's a very, very dense habit. So we would like to go on with this kind of habit and branching and improve our whole range of Scaevolas. Now to the Verbenas, which is an important item for us as well. We have 3 series at the moment. The bicolor series, we have the stars, this is called Hurricane. We have the Voodoos, that means all the star pattern Verbenas, and the Estrellas, the plain or pure color with very intensive colors, and some of the stars are mutations out of the Estrellas, so they are very similar in habit. But first let's start with the Hurricane. We introduced in the past the Hurricane Hot Pink. Now we have addition Hurricane Pink, Red, Blue, and there will be a blue and purple as well. There is an improvement, and we think it's, for example, much better than the Twister series. Mm-hmm. We have a large flower, a close inflorescence, or call it umbel. Botanically it's not an umbel, but nevertheless it's close, and intensive color, of course. And we have a very good branching. And that's the main advantage for a grower. And you can have a very nice three-color combo as well.
Really?
Now we come to the Voodoos, the star shape Verbena, or star pattern Verbenas. So you can see you can make beautiful combos of this as well. There is the salmon star, we have the merlot star, the lavender star, and there's a pink star. You can see all of them over there. And you may ask, why do you need the merlot star and the pink star? There is a difference in habit. If you need a more vigorous plant, a more trailing plant, you should go with a pink star. If you want to have a more compact one, you should go with a merlot star. And the lavender star is more vigorous as well, but a bit more upright than the pink star. The Copa, we have the Typhoon Mega White on the top sellers. Here we have the Epics, which are much larger in flower size, but have a good branching, and that's quite often the large flowering types are poor in branching. And so we improved, we combined both. The pink is a little bit behind in flower size, but anyway, you can form a very nice three-color combo with the Epics. The blue, I think it's one of the most intensive blue in the market, and it's very floriferous. We have the Stachys lilac falls. It's an interspecific cross between Stachys and Lamium.
It's great. It's a filler. It's a main item, but its durability in the for the consumer is really a positive.
Yeah. And there's one thing I should mention. The perfect plant you will get if you grow it outside. If you grow it like a perennial. Under low light conditions, without UV, the internodes become pretty long, and the branching is not really sufficient. So if you grow it outside, it's a very easy plant, very well branching. You don't have to pinch a lot. You have perhaps once in the liner phase, but then it's self-branching, and it's very early in flower.
So you're saying if you grow it outside, that means to me low-cost production.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
And but you should treat it as a perennial, but it doesn't need any vernalization. That's important for all the people who think of a perennial as a vernalization requiring.
So, first year bloomer.
Yeah.
Great. Manfred, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it.